All right, man. Let's talk about the MVP voting. Cade finished in seventh for MVP voting. So let's see if we can get uh, the votes. So yeah, here we go. So you got the votes. Check out Detroit Pistons Talk playlist. Thumbs up the video. Share the video. Subscribe to the channel. Next subscribe button is the bell icon button. And this is different. A lot of these people they vote and it won't kind of translate to it won't translate to NBA all NBA team. And I'm gonna talk about Cade and Steph. I brought that up in one of my all NBA video. Uh, I really thought I would have took Cade over Steph this season, but we know what it was. You know, it's really supposed to be based off. It's supposed to be really based off what you did this season, but a lot of these media members they don't go off of the criteria that's given. They go off of criteria of namesake and all of that, and that's why I think in these votes it shouldn't be held to media members. Do we hear with the rise of sports debate TV? Do we not see these people don't know more than anybody else on the planet? These sports journalists that went to school, these nerds, these bums, even the guys that played the game before, it's kind of sketchy how they feel. So I believe, there needs to be some type of different sports system or scoring system for MVPs and for Heisman. We don't need to let the media members vote. They're biased. They'll hold a particular player out the Hall of Fame, right? They will hold a particular player, in my opinion, out the Hall of Fame. They'll hold a particular player out the Hall of Fame because because he didn't give them an interview or he wouldn't grant them access. So for the most part they would just get rid of him. I just really never understood not being able to, as a man, separate your personal bias from the facts, right? But Shea was number one. He had 71 first place votes. Nikola Jokic had 29 first place votes. And then here, it really was a four-man race. Tatum, Giannis, Jokic, Shea. And Shea, had 913 points, 77 for Nikola Jokic. And most people saying, well, Jokic, is the best player in basketball. It's not the best player award. It's the most valuable. Who's most valuable to his team's success? And I don't think you always can quantify that in numbers. That's why it's so much of a stat-driven league. You can't quantify, in my opinion, you can't quantify who the best based off numbers. People talk about Steve Nash stolen MVP, but without Steve Nash and Phoenix, man, Phoenix is lost. I watched them, Phoenix is lost. Steve Nash was very valuable to what Phoenix did. Very vital to what Phoenix did. Very vital to what Phoenix in their success. So you talking about value, you take Shea off Oklahoma City Thunder, are they even a playoff team? I'm asking for the people in the back. Are they even a playoff team? That's you got to ask yourself. Are they even a playoff team? Don't forget it. So, Tatum is important. Giannis was very important to his success. Jokic is not the best player award. LeBron getting 16 votes. I'm just so tired of this nigga LeBron, dog. I just got to say that. I'm so tired of him. I agree he should have made the All-NBA team, but MVP, get out of here. They had to trade for Jokic to say trade for Luka to say they season, bro. Everybody know that's the biggest. Everybody, if you didn't believe the NBA, you didn't believe Tim Donaghy, you didn't believe the Patrick Ewing inaugural draft lottery was rigged. If you even didn't believe the Cleveland winning all them first round draft picks was rigged, if you didn't believe the Shaq story about the lottery being rigged, yeah, believe me now. I'm pretty sure you believe me now about how rigged this shit really was. After they got Cooper Flag. I know y'all believe me now, right? But nonetheless, Cade was very important to his team's success. more so than LeBron. More so obviously than Steph Curry right here. Like I said, the votes are never consistent. What's going on? Brunson getting one first place vote is crazy, and Cade got 11 more first place votes than him. So it never makes sense when you start talking about the NBA teams, MVP. It's not. It doesn't run concurrent, and that makes no sense. You know what I'm saying? And Cade at 23 years old, Anthony Edwards at 23 years old. I just feel to the point that some of these dudes on here, you know, James Harden is a joke. Evan Mobley getting the vote is a joke. No disrespect to him. I like Evan Mobley. LeBron on there with votes is a joke. Everybody else I don't have a problem with. And Steph is a joke on there. LeBron and Steph always need this fucking help, whether it's KD, Kyrie, Jimmy Butler. Like, come on, man. When we gonna start telling the truth? They need a bunch of help. They need a bunch of help. When we gonna start telling the truth? We can start telling the truth, but Cade just got to be durable, and they just got to continue to put the right people around Cade Cunningham. That's it. And he's so flexible that it's hard to put the wrong people around him. I think it just boiled down to attitude. I literally just think it boils down to attitude. Where somebody don't come in with a nasty attitude or nasty disposition and want to be a ball hog, and I think that's the only thing you really worried about. I think that's the only thing you really worried about. Somebody don't come in there, with the and contaminate the locker room. And that was easy to happen when you start losing. And for them to lose the way they lost, last few years before this season, and still kind of be close knit and not point the finger and still have self belief. I think that's important. I think that shows you the resolve and the resiliency of the basketball team. But shout out to him for being seventh, man. I think he should have been a little bit higher. LeBron, get him the fuck, pack him up. Him and Steph, pack them up. Pack them up. So check out Detroit Piston Talk playlist. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Next subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance, get notifications. We go live or drop video. Financially, want to support the channel. Cash App, $ CJ Good 313. Venmo, CJ Good 313. PayPal link description. Hit the link tree. Find me on X, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. Appreciate the love, support. Peace.